Hello, Dino. Hello, Nadette. Hello. Hello, Dino. I'm going to have to test stuff. I can't hear anybody. It doesn't really help. And now? No.
I can hear you. Your sound is coming through.
You are talking. I can't hear you.
Your sound is coming through. Dino.
Matt, if you're talking, I think you highlighted there. I can't see. I can't hear you. Why is it not working? Tandeka. Can I get the speaker? I can hear you. I know you can. I can't hear you though, Matt. Yeah. How do I connect to it? Is it Bluetooth?
Yeah. Press connected and then on the top you just press Bluetooth.
Oh man. I'm running it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So I'm just trying to coordinate the speaker. Oh man, you know what? Talk about working a sweat. Matt, so I'm gonna have to just log off and get back on. I have to get this Bluetooth speaker up and running. For some reason it's not connecting. Volume settings. Okay, cool, thanks. Can you get meetings started? It's just me online. Okay. I'll tell them to get started. Sandika.
Also, we're going to have our meeting now. I'm going to hand over to. Okay, we'll get on with the first.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Oniswahini. I would like to call this meeting to order. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and special guests. I, as president, would like to recognize the special guest we have today. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you to Bryanston Breakfast Toastmasters Club. Do we have any guests today? First-time visitors or returning guests? Ladies and gents, please feel at home. This is a safe space to speak and to voice your opinions and views. I would like to ask one of our guests to introduce themselves, all of them, anyways, to introduce themselves, tell us who you are and where did you hear about us?
Hi everyone, my name is Belinda and I heard about you from Google and I was previously a member of the Rosebank Breakfast Toastmasters Club, but I haven't been in 3 years and my speaking skills are a bit scratchy, so I'm really keen to join again. Thank you.
Welcome. You came to the right place. Anyone else?
So myself and my son are joining me today. I'm quite an introvert, so you can imagine me standing there is quite difficult. But these are the sort of barriers that I want to break and I want to be able to help people speak.
And
Son?
who would like to go next? Son?
I'm Siobhan today. Obviously, I heard about Toastmasters from my mom. I was very keen on learning things and obviously developing our communication skills. So I'm very excited to see what comes out of this.
Welcome to us. Anyone else? Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome our guests and visitors. We have Rick as our frequent visitor. Rick, would you want to let the club know who you are?
All right. Thank you, Madam President. I'm Rick Robenheimer. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster, done the whole program, and I'm a member at Maurice Toastmasters, which is in Bryanston, and as Producer says, I'm a
Anyone else who would like to go? Going once, going twice. Okay. Thank you for attending our meeting today. We have one exciting speech and an educational presentation that will be given. Let us start this meeting by welcoming and having our Toastmaster come to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Oliswa. Thank you, Madam President. It is indeed an honor to be the Toastmaster of the day. Besh said she is an introvert. I'm also an introvert, and I'm a very shy person. Thinking years back, I would have never thought I would be standing in front of the audience today. But here I am, standing in front of you, because I knew there's something I lack, and it has become an obstacle to achieve some of my goals. So I took a first step by joining Toastmasters. For the benefit of the guests today, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first segment is where we're delivering speeches, and the second segment is your table topics session. And the third session will be your evaluation session. The theme for today is start with self. There is a saying that goes, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I heard this from one of our club meetings. A Toastmaster said that. It stuck with me. Because often we wait on others or some situation to happen for us to start. It starts with self. It starts by you waking up and saying, I'm going to do it. It starts by you by raising your hand and saying, yes, I am going to volunteer. With that in mind, ladies and gents, I would like to introduce the role players who will assist in the running of this meeting. I'm going to ask the general evaluator to explain the role to the audience. Our general evaluator, Thandeka Mxenge, can you please stand up and explain your role?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. As the general evaluator, I'm going to, at the end, once all the role players have given their reports, I'm going to give a report. My job essentially is to watch throughout the meeting from the beginning to the end and look at how we've done in terms of time, how seamless the process was, and also offer any ideas for improvement if any would assist my role. Thank you very much.
Mr. VPE, who is our timekeeper for today? Do we have that role filled in? If not, do we have someone who would like to volunteer and fill in that role? Timekeeper? Anyone? Thank you, Rick. Can you please explain the role?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. As timekeeper, time is a very important part of Toastmasters. As timekeeper, it's my job to time these speeches. Prepared speeches are typically 5 to 7 minutes. We have cover cards. Oh, we did fantastic. Oh, thank you. For a typical 5 to 7 minute speech, I would show the green card to the speaker on 5 minutes. It's supposed to be amber, but it tends to be yellow card on 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. Then traditionally the speaker has up to 30 seconds to wrap up. Otherwise you're allowed to throw a fruit at them. We then have the impromptu speeches. Impromptu speeches are 1 to 2 minutes. Green on 1, amber on 1.5, and red on 2. Lastly, as our President and Toastmaster mentioned, we have evaluations. Evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes green, 2.5 minutes amber, and 3 minutes red. I will report at appropriate times when asked on the timing of various speakers' speeches. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rick, for stepping in and taking up the role. Our next role player is our grammarian, Soso Masakane.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So as grammarian, I'll be listening carefully to all your speeches for the language use, outstanding quotes, and figures of speech, anything that stands out. And then at the end, I'll be reporting, and I'll also be giving you guys the word of the day, which is introspective. And just what it means is that one who can, look inside with your own feelings and thoughts. So that'll be the word of the day today, introspective.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. Ladies and gentlemen, you are encouraged to use the word of the day when you are speaking. And our last role player is our tabletop master. She is still on her way here. So the table topics is more about impromptu speaking, where you are asked to come to the front and give a speech for 2 minutes. That helps a lot when you attend things such as interviews. You don't know what you are going to be asked. So it's a good space to practice your impromptu speaking. The willingness to learn, to grow, to know things should start with us. Let us be the ones taking the first step. Our first speaker for today is Nadette Wolf. Nadette is doing a speech from her presentation mastery pathway on level 2. Nadette will be evaluated by Matt. Matt, please read us the objectives of Nadette's speech.
Thank you, Madam President. Just confirming that you can hear me.
Yes.
Right, perfect. All right, so Nadette will be doing her second speech from the presentation mastery path. We heard Nadette's first icebreaker speech, and it was absolutely phenomenal. For this speech, she will be required to write a speech. Hello. Sorry, is Dino saying something? So he's stopping me. Okay, she will be required to write a speech with purpose. As her evaluator, I will be looking out for a well-structured speech with a good opening and a purpose. Back to you, Madam President.
You will be giving a speech titled Eat Yourself Happy. Eat yourself happy. Nadette Wolf, eat yourself happy.
Eat yourself happy. I have a gut feeling because of eating chocolates, ice cream, biscuits, chips. I have another gut feeling that you guys are probably not into kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut, any fermented foods. Am I right? Nobody's into
Well, you truly are what you eat, and this is how it works. We all know that your brain affects your body. It affects your immune system, how you feel, how you digest your food. But did you know that your gut also affects your brain? Scientists often refer to your gut as your second brain. Let's quickly just clarify what your gut is. Your gut is not just your tummy. It's not just that feeling you have in the tip of your spit of your tummy. It starts with your mouth, goes down, and your tummy, your digestive tract, and it ends way past your colon. The digestive tract is also filled with trillions of microbes, such as bacteria, fungi, and viruses. This whole collection of microbes, or in your gut, is called your microbiome. So where does all these microbes come from, and where does it start? Well, it ideally starts with you in the womb, with how your mom ate, how healthy she was. Then continues greatly with your birth, whether it was a natural birth or C-section. It also depends on who surrounded you when you were small. Who touched you? Did you have pets in your house? Was the house very sterile? And of course, as you progress in life, also what you eat plays a role in your gut microbiome. The impact of diet is very, very important. The diet rich in fiber, whole foods, probiotics, and prebiotics will ensure a healthy gut microbiome. And in contrast, high processed foods and sugar will cause a disruption in your gut microbiome, and that's called an inflamed gut, and it relates to mood disturbances, or it leads to mood disturbances. So when your gut, obviously, as I said, is imbalanced, it will lead to inflammation. If you have chronic inflammation, it has been linked to mental health disorders. So mainly a healthy gut microbiome is crucial to reduce the risk of mental illness. Let's talk about foods that are very important for your healthy gut microbiome. Let's start with probiotics. So probiotics is a bacteria in your tummy, but it's a friendly bacteria in your tummy. And it really helps with your immune system, it helps with your nutrient absorption. They're basically the superheroes of our microbial world. They work tirelessly to maintain our well-being. We find probiotics, or the food rich in probiotics, in fermented foods like yogurt, kefir. It's similar to yogurt, but it's more liquid. Sauerkraut, it's a dish served with, it's a condiment mostly served with, it's a very nice condiment served with ice pine. Then you get kimchi, which is a Korean condiment, fermented and spicy cabbage once again. And then the Chinese like their miso, which is made from, you guessed it, fermented soya beans, and it's normally used in their soups. But now our probiotics also need food to live off, and they are called prebiotics. Now, prebiotics are found in chicory roots. I don't really know where one can buy it, but I know sometimes people drink that instead of coffee. So prebiotics are also very much the top 5 foods are onions, garlic, asparagus, leaves, and of course the chicory roots. And basically the prebiotics exist it consists of a dietary fiber called inulin. And the reason why it's so good for you is because it doesn't get digested in your small or intestines. It actually only gets digested in your large intestines, where most of your probiotics live, and they need it. So let's link this more to the mental health. Let's talk about serotonin. So serotonin is a neurotransmitter that releases the feel-good hormone, makes us feel good. So 90% of serotonin is actually produced in the gut. So when our bodies don't manufacture enough serotonin, we are normally diagnosed as being clinically depressed and we are being prescribed SSRIs or antidepressants. But what if we could actually help the level of serotonin without medication, but with food and lifestyle? So I would like to wrap up this speech on your gut and how it impacts your food. And I would like to leave you with a simple but amazing truth. Our gut is more than just a digestive system. It is the mood manager we often overlook. We've seen how our gut buddies, probiotics, prebiotics, can seriously influence our happiness and mental well-being. It is like, and it's true, that the kitchen is the secret to your smile. So let's embrace this gut-brain connection and recognize that the road to a happier, healthier life might just start with what's on your plate. Thank you. Well done, Nadette. It has a speech since she joined us. And Nadette,
March this year.
March this year. Look at this. Am I the only one who did not know that they are happy?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Thank you for an informational and educational speech. I would like to ask our accountant. I just realized I missed the accountant role to introduce and explain her role.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Balasela, and I am the accountant for today's meeting. So what I'll be looking for during the meeting is anyone that uses any filler words, catchwords, such as just use one now, any just use one now as well. While any filler words such as that, right? So I'll look for those throughout the meeting. So whoever speaks, whether it's the prepared speech, table topics, or even during the evaluation processes as well. So I'll look for such words.
Madam Table Topic Master, you are here now. Would you like to explain your role?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Apologies for being late. My name is Bitumele Suluwa. I'll be handling the table topics. During that session, we are testing ourselves in impromptu speaking. I'll have a few topics and I will choose randomly who should answer to the question that I'll be asking. As said, the intention is just to test you impromptu speaking.
Now going to call to the front, Dino Lukili. Dino Lukili will be giving an educational presentation. Ladies and gentlemen.
2 minutes, please.
Okay.
I have a portable mouse, so I kind of need a. Yeah, something's going to break. Okay. Generally, you have a clicker, and the screen normally goes at the same time, but apologies for that. I don't have that tech. Got everything else, but not that. Matt, I just want to confirm you are able to see what's on the screen at the moment. You're not seeing the presentation slides, eh?
It is loading on my side.
Okay, cool, lovely. Just tell me when you've got it that side.
I can see it.
Okay. Oh, it even shows there. Nice. Please, I don't want to talk for too long, 7 to 10 minutes. If that means anything to anybody else. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dino Lupini. I am a Vice President of Education for this club, which means I'm responsible for coordinating and looking after pretty much your journey throughout Toastmasters. It is an interesting role because if you push it a little bit too hard on you fragile little people, you kind of crack. So yeah, I've learned to have a little bit of a soft pause when handling some individuals, and then others, oopsie, live and learn, I guess. So today I will be talking about our Toastmasters educational goals and what does that actually mean. So the agenda goes like this. I'll be talking about Toastmasters. What are our goals within this club? Where are we currently as a club? And then the possible challenges that we're having with those specific goals and how do we move forward with that. Okay, so within industry, you get, when you start work, your boss comes to you, be like, okay, cool, how are we going to measure success within your department? So generally there's something called KPIs, key performance indexes, whereby your boss will say, this is your goal. There's SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, something R, and then time-based. Reasonable, thank you. So within Toastmasters, we do have those SMART goals, and they're actually been broken up into 4 categories within education, which I'll be discussing today. Then membership, training, and administrative. Okay, I'm not going to go into those specific ones because it'll be a little bit too lengthy. But essentially, if we are able, we need to get to, there's 3 categories. It goes distinguished, select, and presidential. Basically bronze, silver, gold. So we want to achieve gold this year, presidential, distinguished. And a lot of that falls within the educational program. Okay. So what are these goals that we have to achieve? So does everybody understand we are, okay, for the guests, we're on a program called Pathways. And Pathways is essentially it's exactly that. You select a specification that you want to achieve. A lot of us are on presentation mastery, and you go through different levels, levels 1 to 5. And each level, you can see, is you basically will be doing 2 or 3 speeches with each level. And for our KPIs, which are written on the board over here. Sorry, yeah. Out the way, Matt. So within each level, all our participants, once they finish the level, we get a tick on our performance program. So I'm going to break it down. Here are the goals that we have to achieve. So levels 1 to 5. We need, on level 1, we need 4 people to complete that. Level 1. Level 2, we need 2 people. So kind of us, they break down those partitions. So we actually need 4 people to do level 2s. And then level 3 to level 4, 5, DTM 1, and another section 1. So I've lost everyone. Mouths open, cool. Basically, I need all of you to be saying speeches. The more speeches you say, the more points we get. Long story short. Now, I want to show you where we are currently in our club. We're not saying speeches according to the program. We have only had level one. So one person has done 2 speeches in our club. And then we've got one person that has done level 5. And it is measured between June to, it's the Toastmaster year, June to July. So 23 to 24. This one over here, I definitely know is, thankfully, Tandeka. Well done, level 5. Fantastic achievement. That one's really hard because it means that Tandeka said over how many speeches? 12 speeches over the program, and she has recently completed that level 5 within this program. So what are we doing wrong? Okay, before I get to that. So like I'm saying, we have to complete, whenever you complete a level within this year, it gets ticked off. So where are we sitting at the moment? Lots of graphs, lots of numbers. And let's talk about this graph over here. You can see how many have been completed and how many in progress. Blue is completed. And currently, oh man, you see over here, it looks like we've completed 9 level 1s. But silly me, I forgot to actually select the year in which we've got those selections. So that I made a mistake on this graph. I apologize. On this table, though, it tells us where we are sitting. So if you see within this table here, this is the levels that we have, 1 to 5, and how many speeches have been said per person. And you can see that Nadette, let's follow Nadette because she's just finished her level 1 program. She's done 2 speeches. The one was previous, and the second one is today. So essentially, if she is successful into their speech, that will go to a 2, and then we would be able to mark it off as complete, and we'll be able to get another tick against our name. So there's a lot of people here that have said a lot of speeches, but now it's not being converted into, we're not getting past the finish line. So essentially, what are our challenges that we're experiencing in the club? So I've kind of explained how our pathways works, but does everybody know how we go from someone speaking in the front here to getting that tick on the board with Toastmasters International? Okay, there's quite a few steps and quite a lot of hoops to jump through. I'm going to go through the one that I realized recently. Okay, so but let me start off with yours. So do members know how to sign off a project? The ones that said a project, do you know how to sign it off? Okay, Carissa said a education about 3 months ago on that. So I think we're going to have to just dust that off again and just help you guys going through it. I think with Nadette, we'll make sure that she is polishing that off because she's just finished off her level 1. Second question. So we've got a lot of no's, so I have to help out there. Second question. Does the committee know? How do we go from people accepting, once their speech has been accepted on their side, to converting to TMI? Do you guys know? It's a yes or no. Quickly. No. Time's running out. No. Lacquer. So yeah, it was for me, no. And this is my program I'm supposed to be doing learning. Okay. Okay, we've spoken about, there's a lot of people doing a lot of speeches on this slide. We've got the numbers through the program. We just need to be converting. So for me, my side, that's what I learned. And just for people that are designing programs, I want to show you that there's a little bit of a problem there. In pathways, you can see over here, it's written, I'll read it out to you. All pathways education awards must be submitted to both Basecamp and Club Central. I don't know why there's a 2FA system here, two places of authentication. Rick, I don't know if you know this, you'd know the answer, but from a programming point of view, it's horrible. So we'd have to go to Basecamp, which is a completely different program. You have to click multiple clicks to get the person that you've submitted, tick it off. Then you have to go to another program on TMI and submit it and click off there. It's a horrible process. And for us as committee members, to ensure that we are showing our conversion rates is actually there, we have to know it. So currently, our president did ask, where do we want to be within this Toastmaster year? And pretty much, I know level 1 is definitely secure. Level 3 is the challenging area that we're going to be struggling with. And currently, Chrissy and myself kind of are prime candidates to make sure that we are able to get our 2 points within that year. With the rest of us, we need to keep on speaking. I need level 1s completed, but level 2 is another area that needs to be focused. So that's additional 4 speeches from you guys. Okay. So
I'm sorry. For level 2, is there only 2 speeches in level 2 as well?
2 2s. So yes, we'll get 1 point for 2 people speaking and another point for another 2 people speaking. So as Walt Disney says it, I love the saying because it's contrary to what we actually have to do. With us, we must stop talking about the process and we actually have to start doing it. Thank you. That's my education. Does anybody have any questions about it? Yeah. The Walt Disney one. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. That's a good one. Thank you. No questions? Thank you. Madam Toastmaster? Over to you.
For that presentation. So, is there no questions?
Now?
Yeah, I want to ask, I completed some levels previously. Does that, how do we access those? Or can what's the process?
Years ago, Linda was there 3 years ago, part of Rosebank.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know if they've kept you on the system for that long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to take it with that. Because generally after 6 months or a year of inactive membership, it is. Thanks. I'll have to take it with that. But you see Harold Robinson, who's been not part of the club for many years, is still on the system. Maybe to pull it out. So we can take it. Cool.
Can I ask?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Nadette's timing was 5 to 7 minutes. She spoke for 6 minutes and 21 seconds, well within time. Dino Rapini's timing was 7 to 10 minutes. And Dino kept up his tradition by going well over time with 11 minutes and 39 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina, for taking the time and setting up that presentation. How do we know that we are actually on a page? How do we know? Any goal that you set for yourself, how do you know that I am progressing? Yes.
start to feel more confident. So once we will do it.
Start. The keyword for me is start from what you just said. Anyone else?
I agree with what you said. I think it's you get a sense of ease in what you're doing. It's no longer such a challenge. Used to be.
Right. But do we do that? Do we sit and look and reflect on the progression that we are making, on the goals that we set for ourselves? It could be exercising, it could be diet, anything. How do you say, I'm on the right track?
So the one thing that I actually love about this hybrid system, when the camera is pointing in the right direction, and we're pretty much taping our participants. So re-watching those videos of yourself, of years before, how you presented that specific speech, and then representing it later on. The changes are absolutely phenomenal. Just seeing that is fantastic. So that's one benefit I like about the hybrid model. So, cool.
I will bring that to what, sorry, Belinda, is. It's something will be that will tell you. You will know. When I said,
I would say I came to intersect or just write on every Sunday. I just write on a notebook like what I've achieved so far. So I've got value that I want that or any principle that I live by, which is called like add value to anyone, adding value to people that I come across any time of the day, every day. So adding value to someone who could be anything such as making a person smile, helping someone, something small, it's not anything big, but as long as I know that at the end of the day, I've made someone's day better in any shape or form. So I just jot down what I've achieved, what I'm grateful for that week, anything towards those lines, and I just read to see it's what I've accomplished. So I'm tracking basically what I've done for that week. And I'm just reflecting that on it. This is what I've done, this is what I wanted to do for the week, this is what I've accomplished for myself for that week, and then I'll be satisfied. So if the week didn't go so well, okay, next week is another week to do there. So that's how I track my progress in the process.
tracking. Thank you, Lady Nabati, for engaging. I would really like to encourage. I said this in our WhatsApp group. Let's do. So that's me. I'd like to encourage us to start doing. A person from a distance sees the results by seeing. You see the result. We don't know what happens behind the closed doors. The planning process happens, but we see the results. That's how we measure by the results, the implementation. Mr. Timekeeper, how are we with time? When is our break?
I have no agenda, so I cannot.
Break does not have an agenda.
Apologies.
Hopefully next time when Rick comes here, it's gonna have an agenda, printed agenda.
I do apologize. It is here. We are well over time. Breakfasts. I didn't speak to kitchen on when the breakfast will be arriving.
I said 10 o'clock.
Okay. So we still got 10 minutes before breakfast arrives. Table topics. Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with table topics. Yeah, Matt's happy with that.
Yeah, no. Okay, we're now going to go into our second session, table topics. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Tumelo to the podium. Good morning again, Toastmasters.
Morning.
And so this is that time where everyone is going to speak. As I said earlier, the questions are random. What I'll do is I will ask them up front before I allocate it to a person, just to give you some time to think as we are working towards the stage. So we'll immediately start with the question, the first one, which is linked to our theme. And the question is, what is your understanding of our theme today, which is start with yourself? That first question will go to Tony. Oh, sorry.
With confidence, with confidence. No.
That's your question. What is your understanding of our theme today? How do you understand it? How do you define it yourself?
Morning, fellow Toastmasters. Again, I'm back. Start with yourself. How did I understand that message? First of all, it reminded me of the time when I was little and very crazy about Michael Jackson, and he had a song, "Man in the Mirror." So as a student supporter of Michael Jackson, I wrote him the mirror, and he said, "I'm starting with the man in the mirror." So the man in the mirror definitely is yourself. And I'm asking him to change his ways. So he even says, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. So start with yourself means for me that as we come here to Toastmaster, we also emphasize time, speaking with you, starting on time, participating in Toastmasters so that you improve yourself. So as a VPM, I've had the honor and privilege to be in that role. As a VPM encouraging people, I also have to look at myself and say, are you listening to the comments? Are you improving yourself? Are you participating? When you participate, what are the standards? So for me, I've had to do an introspection, starting with yourself, forcing yourself to do an introspection. But I'm able to fix. Thank you very much.
Introspection. Interesting. So my next question is, what is one thing that started by you or with you in your family? We don't make it personal, focus on school and career. And the question will go to, I forgot your name. Belinda. Belinda, yes. So the question will go to Belinda. What is the one thing that started by you or with you in your family?
Thank you, good morning, everyone. My name is Belinda, and that is my question. What is one thing I started in my family? Well, I guess very keen on education. So one of the things is looking at lifelong learning and being a mentor to people in my family, my niece and my nephew. I recently completed a Chief Sustainability Officer course through MIT in July, and that's a year. And I also started my own business over a year ago called Sustainable South Africa. Sustainable DNA, sorry. And it was after I started another project called Sustainable South Africa that I started this business. And it has been growing from strength to strength. And I think one of the big things that has come out of there is that I've been asked to now speak at a lot of conferences, and I'm very scratchy and just because I've been sitting behind the computer. I've been studying on weekends a lot. So I think definitely as that relates to my family, it's about mentoring and encouraging my nieces and my nephews. I have no children. And to excel in their educational pursuits and academically, because I think that really, sets you up for success in a lifelong journey, of achievements. And yes, so I think that's definitely one thing that I hold high is education and being a mentor to my nieces. Thank you very much.
I sparkled when she explained that, it's very nice to start something new within your family and you actually see it progressing so well. So well done, Lisa. So my next question is linked to the previous one, which is what are you going to start in the near future? And I will give that question to the lady sitting next to it.
I'm not talking today, thanks.
Okay, we will take that for today. Next time. Okay. All right. No, and we can go to the one sitting next to it.
Just go, yeah.
We have an alternative. Do you want to try it? You can't say no. We're only taking one no for today. So.
No, you of course you can say no. You can say no as many times.
Are you okay to take the question? I can repeat it for you, please. Okay. My question is, what are you going to start in the near future? What do you intend to start in the near future? Anything.
Hi everyone, I'm Sasha. I missed my introduction. Due to animate here to communicate with people, hence I'm here today. So I'm here trying to be courageous to take on that fear it was and to start communicating better with people in general, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you are on the right path, right? I mean, that was brilliant. So yeah. Then my next question is a very long one.
Fine, I'll do it. It's fine. Oh, if I have.
Chance, right?
Yeah.
Everyone needs that second chance in life. So this one will go to you. If you were given a second chance to go back to your team, right, and restart, what is the one thing that you think you could start that when you look back, you're like, I should have considered that in my teams? Somebody must be the kind
I went back to my teens, which is quite a long way back now. What would I do differently? I think public speaking. Because as other people have mentioned already, I was an introvert at school, and so I was in the background. The one place that I did shine was in the drama club. We put on plays, and the nice thing there is that the words are provided for you. You don't have to make them up as you go along, as I'm doing now, but rather one has to just follow the script. I remember a play which was called The Roy Devil's Us. The Red Devil's Ash and the Red Devil himself. The Red Devil, in fact, never featured. He had died prior to the play, but his ashes were a central feature of the play. and I played the humble, retiring, henpecked husband who turns out to be the hero in the end, which was quite fun. But a lot of that resonated with it. So I think what I would have done if I could go back, which obviously can't, would be to do more public speaking and get into the equivalent of Toastmasters, which didn't exist in those days in Rustenburg, much sooner.
We always fight with my boss because I would say I know I need to work on my soft skills, which is public speaking. And we always say, I understand why you feel public speaking is a soft skill. It's one of your core skills.
Yeah.
So I think I agree with you there. My next question is, every morning we have to self-start. So what motivates you to start your day? You know, there's a lot of challenges out there. Falisa, you're looking at me, you want to answer this one. It's definitely coming to you. The question is, what motivates you daily to self-start?
Everyone again. Sure, it's such a difficult question for me right now because I've been feeling burnt out. So self-starting has just been such a difficult process. I know now with cell phones, first thing I do is wake up and then I'm just on my cell phones. I tell myself I'll go work earlier, I'll do this and that. And then I'm just watching something that's very interesting. And then it's 2 hours later, I'm still like, oh, I'm supposed to wake up and do all of these things, but I just need to get into a groove of things. But previously, how I would self-start was wake up, so just before I was so burnt out and all that, I would wake up, listen to a motivational video or just some Christian motivational video, listen to it, write my goals for the day, what I want to accomplish, so on and so forth, and then I would then move on and then just complete what I wanted to complete for that day. But as we know, things don't always go our way. During the day as well, I still have to listen to some of that motivational, whether it's music, motivational content, whether it's music or Christian motivational content, to just keep me going as the day goes on, as the challenges pop up randomly throughout the day. But my routine right now, I honestly do not. I've just been slacking, but once I'm back on my feet again now, oh, that's that. Thank you, everyone.
I still work from home, been working from home for 10 years, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes it's hard to even just get out of bed. No one is expecting you anyway. So yeah. Tanvika, how are we doing? Are we still on time?
It's just about from 10 and they just be arriving, but we'll take another table or two while they bring in breakfast.
Okay, we can do last one. It's a long one. So the person will take down 5 minutes. To answer. So once you start, you need to keep going. You know, you have to, something must keep you going once you start. Ladies, you know, with the diet, tomorrow you're sitting there with a bunny towel and like, no, I'll restart again next year. I've been trying to complete my master's. I'm on year 4 now. Checked out. Don't even know how to restart. So my question is, what are the 5 key attributes that you live by that encourages you to be consistent in anything that you start? A very interesting question. Maybe we can split it and say 2 per person. We'll start with the one. So that's done.
Morning, everyone. So, what keeps me going once it gets tough? So, I'd say that the first one is that if you set a clear goal when you start, set yourself a clear goal and objectives so that you know that you can know where you went wrong. Once you set the objectives, you follow, start with self-introspection, then you see that, no, this is where I went wrong. So you see, how can I fix that thing? So once you set your goals, you'll be able to motivate yourself, just trust yourself, and that's the first one, setting goals, being goal-oriented, that's the first attribute. And then I'd say the second one is persistence. It doesn't matter how tough it gets, you have to see through. There's a quote that likes saying, "That's to see through, my boy." Once you're in, you can't go back. You have to have tunnel vision, see it all the way through. Because when you stop, later on, you have all those regrets of why did I stop when I was already halfway? Who knows, maybe I'll finish this year, now I have to start all over again next year. So I think the consistency, because once you're in, there's no going back.
Let's be quiet for an hour now. Same question. How do you keep yourself motivated to be?
It is human nature.
Sorry,
to...
Matt, let's just make sure that the microphone is working on our side and your side.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Unplug it. Just give me a sec. Sorry. Sorry, Matt. I think I've broken something again.
Okay, maybe let's,
Sorry, Matt.
give the same question to
Man.
the young man there. Okay, well, maybe still. Right, you got the question, right? All right.
Hi, I'm Siobhan. If it forgets, but I'd say two things your mindset. Definitely developing a mindset that kind of encompasses like your ideas of what you want to achieve, what you're aiming for, what you've done. Is a clear way of knowing kind of who you want to be and staying in line with your goals and not deviating from that. And another one would be commitment. If you're already doing something and you're working hard, it will be so hard for you to deviate from that because now setting aside everything you work so hard for what, like time off, break. You've done everything. Just keep going, keep working hard. So my two things are mindset and commitment.
Next is gonna be saying Mojamoraku because the one who gets last is the king. So yeah, give us your last two.
Just testing if my sound is coming through.
All good.
All good. It's human nature to constantly be demotivated. I'm generally the type of person, or I used to be the type of person that starts something and never finishes it. A very common occurrence in 2020 when COVID started and everybody was going online. There were so many courses coming out online, how to make money, how to get healthier. And I would find myself signing up for a course but never finishing the course. But each time I signed up for a course, I would remind myself, I'd say, Matt, yeah, I'd lie to myself and go, yeah, Matt, no, this is the one. You know, we're motivated. We got this. We're going to do it. We're going to get it done. And 2 weeks into the course, I've lost interest. I don't feel like going. The same thing happened with gym. 1 week I'd be waking up at 5 a.m. and then the next week I'm like, it's not worth it anymore. So how did I get myself motivated again? I attended this masterclass. It was run by this guy called Grant Cardone. And he said something that completely changed my life. He said, in life, it's not about what you want. It's about what needs to get done. If it needs to get done, what you want doesn't matter. why did that resonate with me? It resonated with me because when I thought back about all the things that I've started, like starting a course, going to the gym, I wanted to succeed, right? I wanted to make money. I wanted to get healthy. But somewhere along the line, I also didn't want the pain. I didn't want the commitment that came to that. But the truth is, if I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to make more money, I needed to finish those courses. I needed to wake up at 5 a.m. So every morning when I start something new or when I don't feel like doing anything, I remind myself, Matt, it's not about what you want. It's about what you need to get done to get the results that you are looking for. So that's the one thing that gets me motivated every morning. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Like you're gonna have to say, but you don't say that to yourself, right? I think that's the end of. Okay, I think because we're taking the time to call.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Time is the table topics. Was as follows. Kenge, 1 minute and 46 seconds. Now, I remind you, we speak between 1 and 2 minutes, 50, so that's a good time. Belinda spoke for 1 minute and 28 seconds. Well done. Sasha was a little short, 7 seconds. Rick spoke for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Valesa spoke for 1 minute and 30 seconds, right in the middle. Our art counter is from Sing.
Sosa.
Okay, Sosa spoke for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Siobhan spoke for 50 seconds. And Matt spoke for 2 minutes and 15 seconds within the 30-second wrap up. Thank you, Madam.
Seconds, the break was ready. Our break, we're gonna break for
15 minutes.
Let's get that outburst test. Yes, please feel free to ask anyone any questions.
Matt, do you want to meet up with anybody that to discuss the evaluation? What do you think? Okay.
If anybody would like to share feedback, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think everybody's going to be eating inside, so I don't think they're going to be chatting to you. Okay.
It's okay. Let me grab something to eat as well. Cheers, Dino.
Cool. See you later.
You know, in the morning I went back to bed. You actually, I did. No, I did there. Yes, and I was like, why didn't it come back as who's gonna do it? But because if they coming back and asking why Yes, I'm like, it's big. It's
And I was busy this week.
How are you going to resolve your wasted time? No, I do not got wasteful. I'm doing that for the gym now. And no, so this whole time, when we haven't like breakfast. Don't make us feel bad now. I don't know. Yeah, you can see this is all. Yeah.
Yes, I'm just waiting for someone.
Okay, good. I was about to keep it.
I had 12 colors.
Is it?
I don't think I've
So why were you researching healthy gut?
I always do.
Does it change every year? Do you always do it?
I've done it since I can remember.
Yeah.
Very conscious of it.
It's amazing how over the years I've actually started to see that I get like the way the carbs affect me at different times of the day. Badly.
They invite their cousins, everybody comes and wants more and more and more.
Yeah, and then just I'm lying down sleeping. So it's like I'm highly conscious of that. But then it's so weird. Like 2 weeks later, I realized, no, it can't be that bad. I jumped on the same cycle and it's just like, oh no, it's that bad. Bye.
It's that bad.
It's okay. The whole kombucha.
Kombucha. I've got my own brewery.
Do you?
I actually drink, I buy it as well for my dad.
I find it, I'm like him, I've got very deep pockets, short arms. So I don't pay 60 Rand for a little 500 more. So
No, but you just have to have a mother, and you just isn't just like
yeah, you need
make up a batch.
Scooby. Yeah, so I've got one. I've got a couple. So you make it yourself.
Yeah.
And I tried to make the sauerkraut, but it didn't work out. So I'm going to
It'll
buy a
make-
gadget to help me with that. Because you're supposed to ferment it.
Yeah.
But mine, I don't know, something happened, but it didn't ferment it right. So yeah.
You have to taste it to realize it.
And
When
sauerkraut is no, I just looked at it more.
start climbing up the
It's also expensive. You can buy it at Jackson's, but it's like 90 Rand for a little cup. So yeah, I prefer to find the cheapest ways around.
Yeah. it is a matter of like, if you have the right gadgets. So I've made my own yogurt before. And they're just fairly easy. And I've made that in my bread maker. And it's because what it does, no, so it's like, it just needs to get up to a certain temperature. I think it's like 72 degrees, boil off the bacteria.
And where do you get the milk?
So you can use any type of milk.
You
But-
use shop milk?
yeah, but ideally you could go to a market and it doesn't, it's not been pasteurized. Yeah, there's other concerns there.
No, I'm more worried about the chemicals and the sterile stuff than what I'm worried about bacteria.
Yeah, you can get some harsh ones there.
Bacteria?
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm, so I'm just area.
Ah.
My gut microbiome is perfect.
My boss, my previous boss, he also grew up on a farm. And he's like, he actually like when he grew up as a kid, the freshness of milk, he just misses that because now, like you say, clover, it's chemical.
Real butter.
I don't know if it was it must have been a goat, he says. Tackle goat, jump underneath it with these guys and literally suck on the teeth.
Oh my word.
The milk. I was like, no.
I didn't do that. And I think that's why I'm so healthy, the way I grew up. We only had organic stuff because my dad was a farmer. Very little sweets, hardly any fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's changed a little. Another superfood now is
yeah, I know. I got you. So he cracks the whip as you run. Okay. I want to get
Are you? Yeah, okay.
Now, if you even ask a working on something like that, as a particular individual, no, because of the issue, right? Some stuff is the effects. No, so there were errors in the report, right? And errors in the study, so it's not about the report. So for him and whatnot, I want that him, and then right, so it's cool. Then when it's yeah, the problem is within the team, and this is a team. Yes, it's that way, you know, it's all the first is like and now you put someone on things, you put someone on performance. That's a lot, right? It's about your time that you need to have, and you need to micromanage it. Before you, yeah, then you need to do that portfolio. No. Oh. Yeah, because I thought now you tell someone, thank you, don't give us your chances. I don't want to take your livelihood away from you, but would you have any chances? You know?
it is a hard process. You might as well just do it yourself.
But doing it yourself means you have extra work. Someone is going to say
it's not a but I'm saying while you're managing the art.
My one individual was giving me stress. She just decided to resign. I didn't know what to do. When I responded to on the day,
yeah.
Okay, so it's fine. Take the day off. Where's the report? Can you submit it? And then you submit what that. So that I can complete submit.
Yeah.
No, already logged off. So when she resigned, then I was asked to counter offer her. Yeah, I did. Which I did, but obvious I didn't want to. And she was like, no, I want to go.
Yeah.
Government money.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Once our sauce done, I'm off now. Or married them. Younger, older, understandable.
Yeah.
So anyway, so.
I'm not married. I have a son.
Yeah.
But I guess it's time to go. My dreams work on it. That's that. That for me, it's also that virus, right? I can do that. The suspicious aspect of that. But no, I'm not what's the the old man from the total space that's and bonus benefits. So anything with science. One space better.
I don't want to make it. It started being on my phone. Actually, on the 20th, my salad, that's
you don't do your thing. And because of this, the nature of our space, that is not even my manager, you know, escalate a person to me and those directions are really fixed. Okay, I'm hearing from this. I'm hearing about this for the first time from the fix and not just because it's fine. That should be fine. You know, and stuff, but sometimes you can try to understand, but no, when someone's nature, they can't get a hold of a person, the team, and that's when we get annoyed. And, you know,
and then they escalate.
Yeah.
I think for me, I treat clients much better than my colleagues because I let me say I tolerate clients much better than my colleagues because I know clients have access to everyone.
Yeah.
So they can literally report to them. So even if I feel like as a child to have been received, yeah, it's not. I find
I think for me, government, maybe, as a time government now, I feel so sorry. And if I'm not especially, then that's not, but, my mom was in government, she was being
it's a hundred. Now you have to then wait for the time.
So I would also be frustrated because one of the so that's nice. Waiting on the wow.
I would say that especially municipality employees didn't get their salaries. That's but they're not. So with government, what's the difference? Don't you look at my salary?
No, because that money was stolen. So that's why. It's money that is stolen. But they still have not paid. They should be paid, but they're not paid. So someone will have to find money somehow.
With us, it's government, but it's sort of currency, but it's not 100%. Finance, development, finance sector, sort of.
Our break is over.
Let's test your mic, Matt.
Testing,
Testing, testing.
testing, testing,
Okay, soft.
testing mic.
Yeah, just soft. Okay, cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to share a story of one of the visits I did to one of the Toastmasters club. Newly elected president was giving a presidential speech. She said, when joining Toastmaster, be careful and not be a silent participant. She made an example of a person that wakes up in the morning, go to the train station, sit there, watch those who are going to work, going to school, going wherever. Do that. That person is just sitting there the whole day. And then when they leave, he or she waves at them. Sits there the whole day. When the people come there, let's try and this is not to say do not observe. Do not prepare yourself. Do that. But don't sit there too long. A participant. We are now going to start with our last session called evaluation session. This session is more about giving feedback on the speech that was delivered in session 1. I'm now going to call our evaluation chair.
It's just one evaluator, so it'll be that.
Okay. I'm going to ask Matt to take over
will be giving us feedback on the speech that was delivered by Nadette earlier. Over to you, Matt.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Before I begin, I just want to turn the camera to find Rick so that I can see the time. Dino, could you help me there, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you lift it for me, Rick, just so I can see it? All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so let's get into...
Thanks. I just want to make sure that you speak a little bit louder. Just give me a sec. I've got 2 seconds.
Can you...
Okay, go speak.
Testing,
Nice and
1, 2,
loud.
3.
Everyone here? A little bit faint.
Hello, can you hear me?
That's better. Go for
That's
it.
the one.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll use that tone of voice. All right, Mr. Timer, I'm going to begin with Nadette's this evaluation of Nadette's speech. Nadette, this was your second speech of the Pathways program that you're on. And the purpose of your speech was to give a well-organized speech with a purpose. This is what I found you did well. Firstly, you engaged the audience with a question at the beginning. Why is this important? It is important because within the first 5 seconds of our speech, our audience will determine whether or not they want to listen to you. So by immediately engaging with them in the first 5 seconds of your speech, you let them know that they are there with you, and it's going to be an interactive speech. Secondly, you explained the terms such as gut. One of the common mistakes that speakers make is that we use terms and assume everybody knows what they mean. So by explaining your terms, you had us all on the same page. And the third thing that you did really well is that you gave an informative speech educating us on what goes on within our gut and the microbiomes that exist there, as well as how our mental health is linked to our gut health. Where you can improve. The first one that I caught onto was your body language. During your first speech, your icebreaker speech, you were making full use of your stage. I was enjoying you watching. I enjoyed watching you being on stage. But today, I felt that you were a little bit too glued behind the podium. I would have loved you to walk around a little bit more and make a little bit more use of your stage area. You had some very great hand gestures, but because you were glued on one space, that took away from the impact of your hand gestures. The second thing that I would like to suggest as an area of improvement is the structure of your speech. When you started your speech, one of the first things you did was repeat your speech title. You simply mentioned, "Eat yourself happy." The speech introduction and the opening needs to be strong to captivate your audience. I would suggest an opening such as, "What if you could eat yourself happy?" as opposed to just "eat yourself happy." This would have been more engaging and immediately, once again, caught the audience's attention. Then going to the body of your speech, I loved how informative it was, telling us about the biomes that exist within our gut and how food can be linked to serotonin and how that could lead to a healthier life. What I would have loved to hear a little bit more is a reflection of how you have used food to eat yourself happier. You have shared with us some of the struggles that you've gone through in life during your first icebreaker speech. So it would have been nice for you to come and reflect on those struggles. Such, like, for example, when I was depressed when my marriage ended, I would have loved that reflection because it would have added depth to what you were saying. And then lastly, going back to your conclusion. For your conclusion, I would have loved to hear something that was powerful, such as the impact of diet is very, very important. The start of a healthier, happier life starts with what's on your plate, linking back everything to your main idea of eating yourself to a happier life. But overall, I thought your speech was really great. It could use a little bit more tinkering, but it was informative and I enjoyed it. Back to you, Madam Table Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Matt, for giving us a detailed evaluation. We're now going to ask for reports from the meeting role players. I'm going to start with the timekeeper for this evaluation.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Next, the timing for evaluation is 3 minutes. Wrap up if you need it. That's slightly over time at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So,
Grammarian report, please.
So I'm going to start with the language of use that I enjoyed. Starting with Nadet, the quote that you are what you eat. I really enjoy that because it's simple and it's straight to the point that what you eat, what you put into yourself, you get out. And then you know the quote that way to begin is to quit talking and start doing. Again, that's also very simple, straight to the point that if you wanna do something, just stop talking about it, just do it. Like the black says. With Balasela tracking, I really enjoy that because you see that how do you check your progress that you track. Each point when you at a point you mark that okay, I've succeeded here, maybe I failed here. When you track, you'll be able to improve whatever you're doing around this. And then like I said, that take a look at yourself and make a change. Well, MJ, I always enjoy that quote. Start with yourself before you do anything, self-introspection, before you can go out and start telling people do this and this. And then with Belinda, lifelong learning. I really enjoy that as people, you never stop learning, you always learning, teaching everything. So I really enjoy that. And then with Sasha head first, I also enjoy that when you're doing something, even if you're scared, just dive in. You'll figure out the waters once you know. And then with the word of the day, we had only using it once, no, twice, Tande got twice, or Dumelo once. So well done, guys.
Our counter report, please.
No, my brother used my other name, so that's instead of using Malasela, he used another name. No, that's why I'm laughing. Sorry, I only go by Malasela formal gatherings, work and whatnot, but at home I've got the name that I know. I'm just laughing. Sorry, for that, yeah. So the counter report, I think this should not discourage anyone. It's just for you to know and be aware that when I speak or whenever someone speaks, I use these filler words and whatnot. So it's just to make you aware so that next time when you are giving a speech, you're not using or like filler words, you're pausing. So I think if you Toastmasters, we encourage people to rather pause, so rather not say anything, then so this report, so don't be discouraged by the hours and all of that. I've used quite a lot as well, but I know I'm always aware once. And I know my body language as well when I talk. For some reason, I'm just like, and then I know my posture is just wrong. So it's all of those things where it's just to make you aware for next time that you're speaking, and then you try to minimize those as much as you can. Okay, so my report will start with Nadet. You had 2 ums and 2 ers and 1 wow and 1 so. For Dumelo, you had 5 ums, 2 ers, 1 so. So that makes sense because she spoke the most. And so if you speak a lot, so chances are you will have a lot of filler words as you speak. And then you also had a and a yang. The words. And then Manasela, I've had a lot, but I have according to me that I could remember. And so I had a lot. You had 2 ums,
for us and souls, and we also had a laugh in speech. Odiswa, you had two arms. Tandega, you just had a soul, and in you repeated words, and you also had a, in as filler words or as filler. Linda, you had about 4 arms and 1 arm as filler words. Rick only had 1 arm. Sasha, well done as well. You only had 1 arm that I picked up. So you had 1 arm. So two. And then you had a yes. Yes, when after saying something. And then speech. And then Matt, you had 2 Matt in your speech. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, our meeting role players. I would now like to ask the general evaluator come to the front and give an overall evaluation on the meeting. Let's welcome Tandega.
Madam Toastmaster. For my evaluation report, went well. After my the agenda was changed. Speak within time frame. However, you are able to time catching up with time. Great. But I also like the flow between the theme and start with yourself, the word of the day. Then the speech. The speech says eat yourself happy. However, it's more about taking care of yourself and training. If you are well taken care of, you can very well. Then you'll be able to speak to that skill when you start doing yourself self-improvement. I also liked the educational how we ended but I like the seriousness. The table topics were also interesting, forcing us to go back to the doing and knowledge. Spoken about the agenda, also the translators. The ones that went over time, but still 20 seconds. Guys, we're very bold to come and take up the handplate. For improvement, I'll always say that time and also go over our program when we start to just see that all the role players, all the roles that people do that. I would encourage that people were able to the agenda. Yeah. Other than that,
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. That's instructive. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and special guests, to have you in our meeting today. I'd like to thank everyone who participated and to all fellow Toastmasters and guests. Our next meeting, which will be on the 8th of October. I'm now going to turn the meeting to Madam President. Let us give a round of applause for the Toastmaster of today. Switching roles. Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much, everyone. There's a saying in Xhosa that goes, "Imvila yaswela umsila ngokuyaleza." If I may, I would like to do a direct translation of that saying. I used to hear that a lot when I was a child. As kids, if you ask your sibling to bring you something, if they don't want to do that, they will say, "Imbila yaswela umsila ngokuyaleza," which means the coney, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, the coney is without a tail because he commissioned another to bring it for him. Yeah.
It's a coney.
I can explain it in Xhosa nicely. So guys, start with sound. Don't look at Gino. Don't look at Nadette. Don't look at me. I'm also starting with sound. So I would encourage each and every one of us to be not conies. Let's raise our hands. Take up meeting roles. Let's participate. This is a safe space. We are not here to learn. I'm learning myself. And I would like to thank Toastmasters for this opportunity to stand here and keep learning. And I'm now going to ask if there's any on the point, any guests would you like to say something? Oh.
can I just add, Madam President, on the Connie story? Sorry, Madam President, sorry. Just was responsible. And on the Connie story, so the Connie is doesn't have a tail. Right?
Coney looks like a rabbit.
Yeah. It doesn't have a tail. Most animals have a tail. So it was a question of how did the Connie have a tail? And apparently the Connie, whenever the animals went to them, they said, "Just some for me, please. Water for me." They bring water for him, all the time. So it happened that on this day at the river, they were giving out tails.
For explaining that. Anyone who wants to say something on the point, our guests, anyone who want to say about the meeting? No pressure.
May I suggest that as Toastmasters, we can toast today?
Noted, thank you for taking that. Anything else? Going once.
He's ready to rock and roll. Okay.
Okay, I would like the expert team to say, I am now declaring the seat. Today we have a new member signed with us. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Sasha. Thank you for joining us, Sasha. We're looking forward to having this journey. Thank you.
Madam President, just a quick reminder for the group picture.
Thank you so much. Can we all gather here at the front just to take a picture?
Are you doing that?
There you go, lovely. I've got you. 3, 2, 1. Cheese.
Cheers.
There you go. Wow, what a flat cheese, eh? Now I'm gonna do it. Yes, I'll free. Yeah. 3 seconds. Not that quick, sorry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Done. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. What are the titles? What's the
That's